Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BLT Podcast. I am your host, Mingus, accompanied here by my co-hosts, Zombie Taco and Dexterous Mage.
What's up?
Hello.
How we doing, guys? So basically, we kind of have no idea what the fuck we're doing here, but we're definitely gonna try to keep you guys entertained at least for half an hour to an hour. Kind of talking about a little bit about ourselves, starting this podcast off, since it is our pilot episode. Kind of just gonna introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about ourselves, and just segue into our topics here. So firstly, I'm Angus. I'm 19 now at the time of recording this. I want to become a music major, dude, but I don't know how that's gonna lead in life. So I kind of took up streaming over this summer, or not the summer, kind of like towards the winter of 2020 going into 2021. And yeah, dude, I play the saxophone. I've been in band and stuff for about, I think, 7 to 8 years now, and I've kind of been doing that for a good time. So yeah, I completely forgot that you were gonna go first, if I'm honest. But we're already
here now.
recording this, yeah.
Are you gonna cut this off or what?
Nah, fuck no. We're dude.
God.
We're going.
Alright, let's do it.
This is all. Yeah, dude. It has to be raw, uncut footage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's gonna be our shtick.
All right. Well, I guess I'm next,
Yes, sir.
since I was supposed to go first, but it's all right. My name is Brian. I am 22. Currently, I'm working as a maintenance technician for Toyota. I went to school for it. I went to UTI, spent like 30 grand and went home and cried. But you know, it's a good start for what I'm doing, which I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just going along with it. So hopefully in the future, I'll be able to just fix up cars as a hobby, but also as a business, which hardly ever works. But maybe restore oldies, 40s, 50s, 60s, and then also work for JDM, since I have a 240SX, which is your average drifter. So I would like to get into the drifting business as well, install like angle kits and whatnot. But it's a thought. I have a lot of debt to pay, so who knows when it'll ever happen. But that's a glimpse of me. My midlife crisis already starting. So, Tony.
All right. Well, my name is Tony. I'm 18. I really want to get I want to be a welder when I probably next year, just around this time next year. I'll probably be in welding school already. That's something that I've like always thought about, like wanting to do. I looked into it. Um, I really got into it when we had a job fair at school, and I went up to like one of the people that were like doing like like they had like the table set up and stuff. Like I got the pamphlet and I was talking to him and I was like, this actually seems pretty cool. Plus, you make a lot of money, so that's always a plus.
Join the union, bro.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
And
Alrighty.
maybe I'll hit you up when I need some fab work on my cars.
There you
I'm
go.
down, dude. I'm down.
And I'll write the mixtape so you guys can bump it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
But yeah, man. All right.
Alright, man.
Well, nice
So-
introductions out of the way.
yeah.
For sure, dude. I wanted to ask you actually, for the for the people that don't know anything about cars, man, can you kind of like explain what the fuck it is? Like what you do? Because I know zero to literally nothing of like vehicles like that. So when you were talking about fucking all this terminology, dude, you lost me.
You lost. I kind of thought so, man.
I was
I
like,
felt like I was rambling a lot. I'm like, oh no, they can't understand me.
but it's all good, man. Like I just it'd be kind of nice to know what that's about.
Well, it's honestly not that much into it, honestly. If you were to like get even just one single job as quick lube or just oil changes, you can learn a lot about cars.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
you got any topics for us, man?
Well, Tony actually had one. You wanna bring it up, Tony?
All right. Yeah. So I was thinking about this earlier. I know Leo follows this stuff a lot. Like he's really into like Marvel stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if you are Brian or not.
Marvel? Yeah,
But
it's
yeah, I've been keeping up with WandaVision. I've been really into it. And, like that show is really really good. I just want to talk about it with you guys, so you get your opinions on it and stuff.
what
Yeah,
was
dude.
it called again?
WandaVision.
WandaVision. All right.
Yeah. So, dude, it's confusing as fuck, to be honest.
Really?
But once you get into the later episodes, it's pretty nice. So
Yeah.
so we are gonna dive into it briefly. So if you haven't seen any of the episodes, this is your nice little spoiler alert kind of thing. So go for it, Tony. Hit us with some facts, bro.
All right, dude. So first off, I want to talk about the last episode, the latest one. Like, dude, that ending blew my freaking mind, bro. And
Yeah,
it still baffles me to this moment that that's like the direction that they're going in, and that like it's so crazy to me because like before like any of this stuff, like when like Marvel like the MCU like first started with like the first movie Iron Man, like nobody, I don't think anybody would have ever thought like something like that would have happened, like such like a big crossover like that,
right.
like bringing in different characters from different movie multiverses and like different movie universes, like that's pretty crazy to me. I think that's like I don't know, dude. It's just something. I guess it's just the nerd in me, dude. But like that kind of stuff is always like that kind of stuff just always makes you like super happy to see and stuff like that.
I don't know,
Like
man. It's weird because a lot of people are giving, like, I don't want to trash talk on any directors or anything, but J.J. Abrams gave us a good Guardians of the Galaxy, and he kind of transferred over to Star Wars, especially with these last couple of movies that they made. And honestly, they were pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, but he was good making Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think coming like all to Marvel, like we really have to give Jon Favreau a lot of fucking credit, dude. He worked on the first Iron Man and worked basically from that Iron Man throughout the entire like phase, 1, 2, and 3 that we know of. And he's still doing it. He brought us the Mandalorian, and that show was fucking phenomenal on its own, you know?
sir, yes, sir.
And it's mind-blowing how some people have ideas and they actually follow through with it and give the fans what they actually want. Unlike, I forget who it was, some lady like Christina some shit that directed The Last Jedi, and it was terrible. Like, one of hands down, like looking at the trilogy that George Lucas had given us, you know, and going into that and you're watching that movie and it's like it doesn't feel like something that George Lucas or anyone would have fucking made, to be honest. But apart from that, branching back into WandaVision, I don't know if you've seen it, Ryan, but basically what happens throughout the series is episode 1 through 3, it's like in black and white, and then it switches to color, and it's basically just explaining what happens, I guess, after the events of Endgame. And from there it like starts showing up like, how supposedly Wanda Maximoff is like, I guess, mind controlling everyone in a certain town and has like this aurora or like this energy field around that town to make it seem like that town is normal. But then they like, I guess, a field agent from what is it, Sword, Tony?
Yeah, sword.
Yeah, so it's like the new Shield, which is like an organization that kind of links with the Avengers and everything. And basically, she goes out and she checks out this like anomaly thing, and she gets sucked in, and it shows you like, her previous self in the other episodes. But the like episode 4 and 5 kind of explain how she got in there and what happened after she messed with Wanda or whatever. And it shows how Wanda's actually manipulating, I guess, that town. And it's confusing, but because it almost feels like like a that 70s sitcom show, where it's all
Yeah,
like,
the show is it's like it's like based off sitcoms in each episode.
yeah, and it's weird, dude. Like the first couple of episodes, if you don't, kind of grasp the concept of it, you're gonna lose interest. Like if you don't like sitcom shows, you're gonna be like, oh, this is dumb. Like, why am I watching this? But as a
Yeah.
Marvel fan, you're like, I gotta wait for it. So what ended up happening was in episode 5, Vision's kind of catching on to what the hell Wanda's doing, and she kind of starts distracting him or whatever. And then there was a cameo by Evan Peters. Evan Peters is the guy that played Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past. Is that what it was?
Just like the basic like the X-Men Fox universe before it was owned by Disney.
Right.
Yeah, like Days of Future Past, like X-Men First Class, all those like old X-Men, or not old, but like most recent X-Men movies.
Right. And basically, they kept that Quicksilver, and in the Marvel universe, they ended up killing the Quicksilver. Oh, what the hell? Sorry, our meeting just got extended by 40 minutes. But basically, it was more along the lines of like them killing off the brother, and then in this show bringing it back, but as like a younger version of him. But it's the same guy that played him in the Fox owned X-Men like movies. So it's kind of tying in a lot of like, I guess, controversies, but because a lot of people are like, oh, are they going to bring the whole X-Men in now? And
Okay.
it's just it's I'd say it's confusing personally, but like that it's
I don't think it's kind of, I can give what people think it's kind of confusing. Like the first couple episodes and like where it got a little boring too, because like those first couple episodes, they weren't horrible, but like it wasn't like the classic like Marvel thing, like you have like the story getting pushed forward or anything like
right.
that. And so I can see where people are like talking about like how it's boring or whatever. And I can see where people get confused too, because it can be a little confusing the way the whole thing works.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, dude, and it's probably something that you'd enjoy, Brian, I think, and a lot of people would honestly too. But yeah, like that. Another thing that was kind of looking into with that is, like, what are they gonna do now with the kids? Because
Oh yeah.
Wanda ends up having twins, and they both kind of look like they have an Infinity Stone stuck in their head, like Vision, or at least like a mark. Um, so are they gonna branch off and do their own thing? Are they gonna do a movie for them? Are they gonna do a show for them? There's still a lot of shit unanswered. But and then one of the theories that I read the other day was that supposedly right after Tony's funeral, they had gone Wanda like dipped to the facility where Vision's like body parts were, and just completely like stole him and took him to that town. Do you believe that?
That's what they showed in the last episode. Apparently that was a deleted scene that was supposed to be at the end of a post-credit scene at the end of Endgame, but they didn't put it in there. And so then they put it onto WandaVision. It was on the last episode. Yeah, she just straight up like walks in there and just like breaks all the windows and like goes down to the lab and just steals them, and then she just leaves.
So there's
Yeah.
gonna be more of this. Because for me, like I'm not really into like the whole universe. I watch the movies, they're cool, but I don't really know like all the depth of it. So when I saw Endgame, I thought that was it. Like that was it. There's no more movies that are gonna come out about Marvel. So is there more than that? Is like that
Um.
WandaVision showing things after that, after those events?
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that they have like because they're branching onto like Disney Plus for like TV shows and stuff.
Mhm.
And there's gonna be at least I think WandaVision this year, and then they'll have another one coming out in March, and then another one coming out in May of this year, and then they're still gonna have movies coming out. Like I know, supposedly the new Spider-Man movie is supposed to come out this December. I don't know if it will. And like Black Widow is supposed to come out, but I don't know if that movie will either. It keeps getting delayed. I think it's got delayed like at least 4 times already. It's supposed to come out back in like November, I think, of last year.
Yeah, but I don't think they're putting that one on what's it called on
No,
in
I don't think
theaters.
they're gonna put it on there either.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna go straight to Disney Plus, if anything.
Yeah.
Or they'll probably do something where it's like, oh, pay $30 amount and watch it now, and then not
Just
release
how
it
they did
until
with
like hella
Mulan,
late.
bro.
Yeah, dude. And dude, that was such a letdown too. Dude, personally,
yeah, it was,
Mulan was
dude.
so bad. The live action Mulan was so bad. But yeah,
As soon as you take out Mushu, dude. As soon as I heard they're taking out Mushu, then I was like, okay, this thing's gonna be bad.
yeah, dude, they took out Mushu, they took out the songs, they took out a bunch of shit from it, dude. And it was a letdown, to be honest.
It didn't even
And
feel
yeah.
like a Disney movie, to be honest.
Yeah, it felt like it. It honestly felt like those I guess like a Bollywood movie, or like from a movie from a different country that just
Yeah.
completely like tries to they try to enforce or show the what is it, the female power or whatever, the female like I guess protagonist thing of it, if that makes sense. And it's
Like they're trying to like push it too much. So
yeah, dude, and it's like the whole movie it just has that like shoving it down your throat. And I get it, dude, it's cool, more power to them, you know what I'm saying? But why take away major portions of the movie,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But it is what it is, dude. So another topic I had was someone had suggested this on Instagram, and like that, if you guys want to follow us on social media, obviously once this gets popping, my thing is at Instagram, or what am I talking about? At Mingus_Bingus. I don't know if you guys want to plug your at.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Follow me at control_alt_delete. That's my Instagram.
All right. On second thought, I think I won't because it's embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing, dude?
I don't know. I guess the name on it. I don't even know it.
Okay. Well, if you guys just want to follow us, we do. I'm at least doing polls to kind of get topics in here and seeing what you guys want to talk about. 100%, dude. This one of these was actually brought in by someone that wanted it. And it's _ Stephanie Flores, and they had brought in the topic of fears, and I'm guessing it's like our either major or minor fears. What would you guys consider something that like I guess has pushed you to the limit of considering it either a minor or major like fear?
Okay. So
That's a
for
tough one.
me, it falls down in 2 topics. One topic is like a real life, something that's possible of happening.
Mhm.
And then the other one is the imaginary one. So like literally like being enclosed in a square room, even though that would never really happen, some type of fear like that. So I would have 2 fears. So my first fear would be, for some reason, drowning is something that's always like freaked me out. Since I was a kid, I would like try to hold my breath for as long as I can. And I would just think to myself, like, how could I kill myself like this? Like, honestly, like could I kill myself? Like, how long would it take for me to kill myself by
Oh my
holding my
God.
breath? Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Dude,
You're just like, I can unplug this whole operation right now. Fucking
yeah,
test me, brain. Test
I
me.
can end us right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, I would always put
Come back
whiz
up
out or
for
something. Yeah,
air. You're like, damn it, missed my shot.
yeah. So
Oh, God.
whenever I see like movies of them drowning,
Yeah,
I'm like, damn,
do it like that.
I'm afraid I'm afraid of it.
Right.
The
That
whole
movie, the
process.
127 hours.
Yeah,
Do you remember when like the
yeah,
water got in?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
that feeling was just so bad.
yeah.
Dude, I totally get that, man. You know, I as a kid was too like whenever they came to pools. Well, you know, man, we've known each other for a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah.
I think it was at
I
like
would always bully you and call you
fat,
sensitive.
sensitive, call me fat,
Sensitive.
flip my boobies. You know what I'm saying? This guy was a
Wait,
little.
did I?
No, I'm just fucking bullshitting you, but
That's messed up, bro. I wouldn't do that.
no, but you know, yeah, everyone used to call me sensitive because dude, I was a little bitch, you know. I never really got
Yeah.
into a fight. I never really got, you know, anything unless it was verbal, dude. I'd 100% win a fucking verbal fight. You
I
know
know
what I'm saying?
you are, but what am I?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh my god, I would hate you so much
Yeah.
for that. They got on my nerves,
That's
bro.
fucking cringe, bro. I used to say that. I know you aren't, but what am I?
Oh,
For
no,
real.
the
And then when,
voice.
dude, it's that like big brain. What is it, like the big brain response? And then when someone else has a bigger brain response, it's
Uh-huh.
like, I know you are, but what am I? I don't want to take you. I make you cry. That's so bad, dude. But no, yeah, dude, I used to be such a fucking like sensitive ass child, you know, because I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I would get babied by my mom, by my dad, everyone there, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
Mhm.
Um, it also, I don't know, man. Like the only thing that would ever like really bother me was if someone like messed around with me about my weight, or you know, like saying that I'm not strong enough or shit like that. I was like fucking
Yeah.
what, 8, 9, 10.
They expect you to pick up a fridge.
Yeah, dude, it's like what the fuck. You know, now it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm big, like I'm pretty fat, I'd say, but
Your height compensates.
yeah,
Like you look good in my
yeah.
eyes.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Yeah, bro, I got you.
But I did take up weight training for a bit, you know, just fucking gaining a little bit of muscle, kind of bulking out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember my max for fucking, I think it was deadlift. I hit 405,
Dang.
and that shit was fucking nice, dude. That was like my prime, bro. And yeah, dude, I remember doing that and just absolutely fucking feeling normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess when you're younger, dude, you idolize this like, oh, I have to be skinny but also
Yeah.
strong, you know, because you see all your superheroes being like that.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be like, the kind of like the kid thing to do would be like, oh, I'm that guy. And then
Yeah.
you'd be fighting with your fucking friend and be like, no, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you know what I'm talking about? It's that same mindset that kind of fucks with you ultimately. But now, you know, you get older and you're like, dude, I'd rather be the fat guy and be the comedic relief
Uh-huh.
than the main protagonist, because you're like, you've accepted the fact that you're not gonna, you know.
Yeah, like you're a side character.
Yeah,
Pretty
dude,
much.
like there's no fucking
Yeah.
movie based around you.
Yeah.
It's the real life.
I feel that. I feel that 100%.
You know, and I feel like that's kind of why I was so sensitive, but because when I was younger, I was always like, you know what, like I'm the fucking hero. I don't fuck what anyone tells me. But then when
Yeah.
they'd make me not feel like the hero, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm really not the hero. You know,
Mhm.
like, they would fuck with me.
Yeah.
That was a fucking philosophical ass kid, dude. You know, and it's crazy to think, you know, now
Twas
that
the meaning of life, boy.
exactly.
It really is.
You know, and it just you know, once you get older, you open up so many fucking like, I guess, perspectives. You get to see what
Yeah.
other people see, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I probably shouldn't be this much of a dick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, I totally get it. You know, where did we come from this? Drowning. Yes, dude, drowning is such a fucking big fear. I think I could 100% like back you up on that. And any minor?
Oh yeah, I feel that too,
You think
dude.
you would be like minor?
A real one? Or
Well, I'm thinking more like major, and that'd be your major being like afraid of drowning, but like something minor, something that you like, oh, dude, that shit is pretty scary, but I'm not gonna worry about it as much.
I don't know. I'm
No,
not sure. Uh, I mean, it's because it still has to be terrifying.
Right.
So I can't choose a minor because they're still pretty scary.
Right.
Um,
Well, like that, like something minor, I guess for me would be like, I don't know, losing a leg or losing an
okay,
arm.
so that's still pretty major.
Well, I wouldn't take it as major, but because you still have your life, you'd walk
Yeah.
away with your
All
life.
right, all right. So something that doesn't kill you.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Like dude, imagine losing a toe, like your
Oh,
say your
okay,
big toe.
okay. Let's see. My tongue, my
Right.
tongue, bro. I'm so terrified of what if my tongue like slips, I don't know, back to my mouth and it's like choking in my throat because it like, I don't know, lost where it was
Oh,
positioned.
dude.
Like I'm just talking and all of a sudden I'm like choking on my tongue, you know? It's like,
Well,
damn,
there's that. Well,
that's kind
I
of
guess you
scary,
can
Just
bro.
blacks out.
you can kind of back that up with the whole like if you go unconscious and you start swallowing your own tongue, you basically choke yourself to death.
Oh yeah,
That
that's still suffocating.
yeah. I guess it's
Well,
a
damn, it all
minor.
leads back to
Yeah,
that, bro.
dude, bro, what the
The
fuck?
source of life is oxygen, isn't it? What else could be scarier than that? All right, well that's me, bro. How about y'all?
Bro, I would be like, I'll give you a minor one, like right off the bat. Like I used to play soccer a lot when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and like it involves your legs a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I would always be like, I don't want, well, not anymore. I, I wouldn't say I was back then, but like, getting kicked in the shin and like in the knees, like super hard and stuff, like yeah, like fucking hurts, like really, really bad.
Yeah.
And so like, I remember, I had gotten like somebody was running for the ball, like to kick, and like I got in the way, and like, but like they hit me right in the knee, and I felt like I dislocated my freaking knee, dude.
Hmm.
It hurts so bad,
Yeah.
and I still don't know. Yeah, like that shit scares me. Like I don't want to say
Like
it's like
breaking a
minor,
bone.
but like yeah, not like breaking a bone. No, well, yeah, breaking a bone, but like specifically like getting my kneecaps broken.
Uh-huh. So it's just
Like
like you
I'm
can
I'm
picture the
scared of
kneecap in your
that.
head and just the fact like being able to see it perfectly clearly, how it shatters, just like the whole
Yes, dude.
image in
I'm
your
like,
head.
yeah, that's what I'm like yeah,
Yeah.
basically like that. Like I'd be just so scared. I don't know why, but this just popped into my mind. I was like, what if I'm just like walking down like, the street or somebody comes up to me and like breaks my kneecaps with a bat or something. I'm
Oh
just like,
damn, bro.
what do I do now?
Like the just the thought of feeling your knee like
Oh
going
god.
forward, bro. Ooh.
Ooh.
Damn.
Damn. I don't ever want to bend like that.
Oh, dude, that would
Holding in
look
like a
so.
lawn chair.
And even like even if you're like watching like football or something, and like you see somebody like break their bone or something like that,
Mm.
and you just watching like they show it on like the replay, and you look at it and it just like
You see
cringe
how
so
it
bad
like,
because it's like
Dude, that's why I can't
hurts.
watch like MMA fights, man. Because
huh?
like they'll put that shit in slow motion, and like you'll see the punch go into their fucking cheek, but
And
like
sometimes
they're
burst it.
yeah, and then sometimes you'll see how fucking deep it actually goes, and it's like the fist is where your mouth would be, but your mouth is like where your fucking earlobe is. Dude, it's just
Yeah,
like so fucking gross, man.
I
I
had
totally
seen a
get that.
video, like I had seen a video of like these two fighters, and like one of them like punched the other one in the ear, and like her ear exploded, dude.
Yeah.
Oh god.
For some reason, I kind of like watching that. As scary as it is, I like knowing how how it would be if someone were to do that to me. Like the you can see their face going like that, rupturing. You can feel the
God.
pain almost.
Yeah.
It's like something I like to prefer what I'd be killed with than to not kind of know, you know?
Yeah.
So I always watch videos of like car accidents
Oh
to
god.
prepare myself for when I'm actually in a car accident, how I
Right.
should react, how it should be, how it could be, and just all of that. Like the movie 2012.
Yeah.
That's a terrifying movie,
Yeah,
right? It's
That's
supposed to
fucking
be.
yeah.
Well, I'm over here getting excited just looking at the freaking LA going down. just how it looks, it's like beautiful, dude. It looks great.
You
Bro,
remember when
Although
that
I'm
fucking
like, I'm
movie
kind
came
of
out?
weird, bro, you know?
You remember when that fucking movie came out, dude? How
When
scared I
was
was,
it?
man.
When did it come out? It was 2012,
It
no?
came out like in 2011. It was kind of like a year
2011.
before because it was like it came out and then people were like, "Oh shit,
Oh
it's
shit.
not that far." You know?
Okay, yeah.
Dude, I remember being so fucking terrified because I watched it and I was like, I'd go to my mom, like, is this gonna happen?
For real.
And what every fucking parent would say, it's just a movie. It's
Yeah.
just a movie. And then,
Oh,
again, being a
dude.
fucking
Yeah.
philosophical ass kid, you're
Yeah.
like, nah, bro, you got me fucked up.
You start searching YouTube
Yeah.
videos
Dude,
like
I kind of survived
earthquakes,
the end of the world.
tsunamis. Yeah.
Dude, I remember I had like I want to say it was like the day before New Year's or something like that,
Mhm.
2011. Oh, this is gonna sound so cringy now that I think about it again.
Dude.
I remember one time I was like, I had taken out my phone. I was taking pictures of the house, and I was like, "Well, it's not gonna exist the next day." And I was like, "What?" I got so sad about it, bro. And looking back at it now,
My man
I'm like,
said,
"What am
once
I
that
doing,
clock
bro?"
hits fucking midnight, it's game over.
To be honest, I slept that night, fool. I was like,
You're like,
"Man,
I'd rather
I'm
go to
tired."
I'd rather die in my sleep.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking nuts, man. Oh man, well, fuck. I guess one of my minor ones, dude. Well, I have a lot of major ones, might I add. But one of my minor ones would be like losing my hands.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I use this shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Whether I'm gaming, whether I'm like, trying to record the podcast with you guys, texting, trying to play my instrument, driving. Although there are alternatives for it, dude. It's like it's terrifying to think, having nubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd freak me the fuck out, because I don't know how it would feel like how we each have like tendons that like make our hands or make our fingers move.
Expand wrist and then
Yeah,
like,
dude. How would you like? How
would
would
you
that
feel that on the
dude?
nub? Like
yeah, dude.
it's
You're
fucking like
right.
it's nuts, right? Like
Yeah, you're right.
So it's minor because I'm pretty sure I'd be able to move on from it. Get a fucking prosthetic hand.
Try to
Get
lift
those
a little bit.
fucking wheel. What are they called? The steering wheel like dots where you put your hand in or your nub in and you fucking twist it or whatever. So there would be alternatives for that. But I can just imagine trying to like grab shit. And how sometimes there's people that just don't give a fuck and they'll see you trying to pick up shit and say you don't have your prosthetic hands or whatever, and you're trying to pick it up with your nubs, and they'll just watch you.
Oh yeah, dude. That's like that. I've always thought about that. Like people staring at you because you're like something happened to you differently. Like
Exactly.
that shit, like freaks me out, dude.
Yeah, especially now that I have my brother with Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I would always look back at. I remember this one scene clearly. It was in high school, and I was in the bathroom, and they bring the class of special ed in, and we're all taking a piss and all, but it's the urinals,
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the special kids sits on the urinal like a toilet, and all the other normal people, I guess you can say, are just laughing at him,
Right. But I could
Like,
get
they're
that,
just-
like, okay, yeah, it's funny. Like, oh, he fucked up. We get it. But maybe like chuckle, maybe laugh for a bit.
Yeah.
But it also depends on how long you laugh at it. Like maybe if you go, oh, he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And help him out, dude. Don't be a dick. Be like,
Yeah,
all right,
help
well, I'm just gonna
out.
leave him like that. Like be like, no, dude, this is how you're supposed. Dude, there was a kid, man. Now that you brought that shit up, there's a bunch of fucking like during I guess passing periods, people would go into the fucking bathrooms and vape and do their little stupid fucking shit. And I remember one time too. Now that you bring it up, there was a special ed kid going in, but every time he would go to pee, he'd drop his pants completely. So you'd see, butter butt naked ass, just ass flailing around. And, all the kids would be like, oh, what the fuck? And just fucking point at him and laugh at him. All the fuck boys, all the people that we hated in high school. And like, I remember tapping him on the shoulder and being like, hey, dude, like, pull up your pants. We see your butt. And I guess he caught on and turned around and saw them laughing. He started crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, don't worry about it. These guys are bad. And he just smiles at me. And I'm never forgetting that fucking smile. But because days after that, he would recognize me and he'd wave, and I'd be like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" You know, I think his name was
That's
David.
nice.
I think David. That kind of sounds like it. I can't remember, but dude, it's like people are just so fucked, man. Like for literally no reason, and it's sad to see. But I don't know. Another minor one would be kind of going blind.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
That or going deaf too.
Deaf
Deaf-
for me.
deaf.
Like music is my life. If I
Yeah.
can't hear it, I don't know.
I don't know,
I'd
man. I feel
rather
like
like
Maybe
going,
you could
I
only
think
do
I'd
the
probably be more scared of
vibration.
going deaf too.
yeah, the vibrations. I feel like going deaf would be pretty bad too. But I feel like going blind, you can't tell what the fuck people are doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah,
watching
that's true.
Ray, the movie about Ray Charles, and he was a blind pianist.
Yeah.
And you know, his record label would fuck, or not his record label, his like I guess his manager at the time, before he got into a record label, they'd be paying him what's it called? They'd be paying him in like higher up bills, right? Or they at least tell him. So they'd say, all right, you earned $1,000 for this show. And then instead of giving him you know, like 20s and shit like that, he'd be like, all right, well, 20, and they'd be giving him a $1 bill.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like instead
Yeah.
of like a 20, it'll be a 1.
Yeah.
Just like trick 'em
So
into-
they'd be like
Yeah.
20, 40, 60, 80.
Scumbags.
Yeah, and it's $4 that he has instead of the
Yeah.
fucking $80 that he has.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude. But what I liked about it was that he caught on to that shit. And every time they would pay him, they'd only pay him in $1 bills.
Yeah.
So that way he's like, all right, I just want you to know, if you pay me, you're paying me in $1 bills. And they'd be like, oh, why? What? He's like, because that's the way I roll. And after that, dude, like they showed a clip of it of him counting his money, and it was literally just a fat stack of dollar bills.
Once.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, that's
smart.
crazy, you know? But yeah, going blind, going deaf, losing your hands, a major fucking like fear of mine is like losing my memory.
Did
I
have
feel
you
that, dude.
have you heard an album? It's an album that was created to represent Alzheimer's. So it goes from like one sample, perfectly smooth and crisp, and throughout the album, it'll start cracking, and the original sound will start decaying, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to represent how Alzheimer's is like. So you'll remember that the melody was, beautiful. As time passes by, it's just static and noise, and you're like, "What is this?" But
Dude,
it's
you have to send
normal
it to
to
me.
you. Oh, I'll
have to
send it
send
to
that
you,
shit to
but
me.
it's like 7 hours long.
Oh, I don't care.
It's
crazy.
That sounds pretty cool.
it's terrifying.
Fuck,
It's
dude.
terrifying.
Yeah, because can you imagine? Like, I watched what was it, 51st Dates, not that long ago again, and Adam Sandler's character, he has to keep every day going back to the same fucking restaurant to get the girl to fall in love with him over and over and over again, and like people are keeping that shit from her, so they're giving her newspapers from the same day that she had a car accident or some shit and fucked with her head, and they're giving her a newspaper of the same day every day. They're giving her the same meals she had that same day. And it was like, I was like, dude, I was like, I feel like my whole life is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine, say you lose your thought at like 12.
Mhm.
What if another 12 years down the line, you start looking at yourself and you're like, whoa, like you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, what the fuck? Why do I have a beard? Or why do I look like this? Why does my voice sound like this? It's terrifying, honestly. Another one would kind of be like, what was it? Kind of like, I guess, similar to it, but it's more like people don't recognize me. Does that make sense? So I'll be like, after today, I go, I'll hit you guys up tomorrow. Be like, hey Brian, hey Tony, how you guys doing tonight? And you'll be like, who are you?
Yeah. Who's this fool?
Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm Leo. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, dude, we don't know a Leo.
Sorry, man. But
Yeah,
you're in the
shit
wrong
like that, dude.
page.
Or going to my parents and be like, hey, mom. And be like, what?
Oh man,
Like, mom,
that would hit me.
dude, that
Hit
shit
me
would
deep.
fucking do it. It's scary,
Bro,
because it's
watch
like,
us be dicks tomorrow. Watch us be dicks tomorrow. And you text the group chat and we're just like, hey, who are you?
who the fuck is this guy?
Yes.
Or being like, fuck, sitting with that whole like mom thing, being like, hey mom, like, who are you, dude? Like, I never had a child. And you're like, what the fuck? So then, like, going into your wallet or whatever and being like, yes, this is like, this is me, and then you show them a picture of the ID and it's someone completely different.
And you look in the mirror and you're someone different, or
Yeah,
what?
dude, like completely
Oh,
just
just a complete identity
like a
change.
yeah, kind of like changing completely.
Yeah.
But like to you still look the same, but to
Yeah.
other people you look like someone else.
Ah.
Yeah, like dude, it fucks with me all the time, Or also the fear of not knowing when I'm gonna go, like when I'm gonna die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, that shit fucks with me. Like thinking what another one, thinking of like what the fuck if there even is an afterlife,
Yeah.
or if there even is like a heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that shit fucks with me. I remember when I was younger, again going with that whole philosophical thing of a child. I remember sitting in the fucking shower and just being like, dude, if I died right now, our bodies would just be in the fucking ground,
Uh-huh.
or they would just be ashes. Like, are we gonna have a similar like feeling like this, like how we are right now? Like, I'm moving my hands and I can feel that. I'm moving my eyes around and I can feel that. Like, if I die, am I gonna have the similar shit, or am I just gonna be like am I gonna am I gonna be in third person, or am I gonna be in first person? You know what I'm saying? And it's freaky. It fucks with me all the time because I'm like, dude, like, are we just not gonna have a conscience? Are we gonna shut off completely? And it's like no one knew anything about us. That messes with me a lot.
With me, I used to be extremely terrified, exactly like you were. Like, there'd be a lot of nights where I fucking cry myself to sleep because I'm just that terrified.
Mhm.
And throughout the years, I kind of just stopped caring.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And
same, but it's just like it'll come up here and there, but I don't think it
yeah,
ever got to the point of me wanting to cry about it. I think it's
yeah,
just more like, dude, this is fucked, and I
yeah.
can't control it.
Mhm.
You know?
I
Yeah,
always,
like it's gonna sound kind of like corny, but like I kind of learned over time, just like you can't control it, and like that's just like a natural thing, and
Yeah,
like
dude.
like part of the circle of life, and I just kind of learned to like live in the moment, be happy, do things that make you happy,
Yeah, dude.
and like enjoy your time while you're here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all we can really do.
Mhm. I came to the point where I'm like, whenever I'd meet death or whatever,
Mhm.
um, instead of fretting about my life that I'm losing
Mhm.
right now, I'll look forward to my curiosity of finally figuring out what is after death. So I'll be terrified, I'll be upset, I'll be sad that I won't ever see these family members again, like ever.
Right.
And I'll try my best to look forward to whatever else is next.
Right.
Um,
Well, I mean, how like that's the thing. Like, how can you look forward to something that you don't even know?
that's the thing.
Yeah,
I guess try to look forward into knowing that what
There
is this place?
probably
I
is
have no
something.
idea. Or, I always also thought like you have your conscious, something's happening. Like you're
Right.
just here sitting in your room in the middle of whatever we're in. And suddenly it just completely shuts off. So there's literally nothing. You won't ever be able to think again. You'll never know that you ever existed. And that's it. Just a complete line, just a rope or something, just cut. And that's it. You don't ever have to worry about anything else ever again because there is nothing left for you. That's it. You're done. Nothing. Like
Okay.
just straight
Fuck.
up, bro. Just straight up.
You're making me
Nothing.
spiral right now, dude. Like, hold on. My guy's like repeating the same shit. Nothing. You're done. Over. The line.
Dude,
the
I just
rope,
wanna
it's
I just
done.
wanna emphasize it. I wanna emphasize
Yeah,
it.
I
Like
get
there's
that.
literally nothing.
Holy shit. My man's just over
Okay.
here fucking shoving me down a fucking spiral of my self-conscious and how I feel and how this moment in particular. 2 seconds ago, there was nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Oh, this podcast, nothing. This fucking
Nothing.
life right now, nothing.
It's all a simulation.
That's
It's
it.
all it's just a simulation. Bro, that brings me to my next topic, dude. Like, what would you guys think if, like, once we die, I guess we respawn in a different body and we forget everything about our past life?
yeah, I also thought about that.
That would suck so much, dude.
Why?
Why? You wouldn't remember it.
You wouldn't remember. You wouldn't know.
I know, but like the thought of just like having the thought of it right now, even though I wouldn't remember it, like that would suck because like all the stuff that I've done like now, and I don't know.
Yeah, it amounted to nothing.
Literally. Okay. Back in the spiral again.
Oh damn, bro.
Which brings me to my next point. I don't even know if you guys are real. What my brain playing tricks on me.
He's like, well, what the fuck? What if this is just a simulation right now?
No, it's all good. It's all good because it won't mean nothing. But let's continue. Let's continue into this nothingness, shall we?
What if this conversation's already pre-recorded?
Oh snap!
Tony?
What if I'm talking
You
to
knew I was
like
gonna say
robots right now? Dude?
Tony, are you there? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Hey, Edward.
It's a Mexican Edward. Eduardo.
Yeah.
Dude,
All right,
wow,
all right.
man. That's fucking deep. That got deep too quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
You know,
Oh,
for our
shit.
first
All
one,
right.
I don't think it should have gone that.
Hey, Brian, say seg.
That went pretty deep for our first one.
What'd you say?
Seg.
Say seg.
Seg?
What? So,
Oh.
dude, this pandemic is fucking scary, dude. Low key. I, unfortunately, got COVID. I don't know where. I don't know how. But I know when. I got it around December, I want to say 26th, 27th, probably 27th of 2020. Going into the new year, right? Elections were right around, or elections already happened. President-elect Joe Biden was going into it. He is now currently our president of the United States. Dude, I got it, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it'll die off within a week. I was like, whatever. I know this fucking disease or this virus hits everyone differently, dude, but I'm telling you, it was like a common cold, right? Like my nose was stuffy, my throat was raspy, like I felt like it was itchy. I didn't want to get out of bed, and dude, it makes you feel like you're a monster, because within that first week, like my parents would bring me food to the table that we had outside my door. It almost felt like I was a fucking living creature.
Like you're in a cage or something.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I couldn't leave my room. Every time I had to go to the bathroom, I'd have to yell, be like, I'm going outside. I need to use the restroom, and they'd all scatter to their side of the room.
Yeah, damn.
It felt bad, man. It almost felt like I wasn't, obviously I was cared for because they were bringing me shit and they were helping me, but it was like that. I needed that social interaction, I guess. I couldn't talk to my dad, to my mom, to my sister, to anyone. I had to talk to them through FaceTime.
Yeah.
And, thanks for fucking technology. Because if you could imagine, a couple years ago, we didn't have all this shit. So imagine if this fucking disease or this virus would have hit us before.
The solitude would get to us first.
Dude, yeah, man. Again, it's the fucking simulation. Nothing matters.
Shut up.
It's fucked, man. And I don't know. I guess my mom was basically the one that helped me, and I appreciate her. I love her for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucked up, man. I have no idea where I got it. I genuinely don't, because it wasn't with you guys. It must have been from work, because when I called in and I said I had it, they were basically like, okay, well, you're scheduled for this day to have that week, of quarantine, but then after that you have to report in. And I was like, report in? Like, I'm telling you, I still have COVID literally the week after. And they're like, oh, okay. So, but you're scheduled, time off to this day. It's like, you're scheduled to come back into work this day. And I'm like, so
is this a joke to you?
Yeah, dude. I was like, are you fucking dumb? Like, and I was like, dude, fuck that shit. I'm quitting. I can't be bothered. Because imagine if I would have gone back in if I needed money, like desperately. How many easily per shift? There was at least 12 to 15 employees.
Bro, that makes no sense. We literally get everybody else sick.
Exactly.
Imagine getting one sick with a weak immunity, and she dies because of your fault.
Exactly,
the burden,
dude. And that's the shit that fucked with me too, because my mom has type 2 diabetes, so she's even more vulnerable to that shit. you know.
Yeah.
And once I got cleared of it, because I got cleared of it the first time, but since we were around her so much and taking care of her, I caught it, I guess, again, or the fucking results were bullshit because it said I was negative. I went to go get retested with my mom that had come out positive when I was negative. She came out negative, and my dad came out negative, and I came out positive.
Yeah.
And then we went again, and all three of us came out negative. So we're good now. But the thing was, there was a moment when my mom got really bad. You know, she was on the oxygen. Her oxygen levels dropped to
Yeah.
like 71, around that. And dude, I felt like she was slipping out of our hands. Like I genuinely
Yeah.
thought she was gonna
Fuck,
pass.
man.
And that feeling was so fucking dreadful, dude. It dropped my heart. It made like my lungs almost feel like they were collapsing because it was my fault. Ultimately, it was my fault because I brought the virus into my house, you know? And I was like, fuck. Like, you know, if she goes, like this is on me. It's on my conscience. It's fucked, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, she reassured me. She's like, hey, you know, like just relax. It's all a part of life. It's, you know, we can't do anything about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, you're right. And it was so upsetting and so depressing that there was a time where I wouldn't get on the console. You know, I wouldn't want to stream. I wouldn't want to play. I wouldn't want to talk to anyone. And I just lay in my bed counting. You know, I'd just be 1, 2, 3. I think the highest number I got to was like 127,000.
Damn.
Like that was a full fucking day of just counting because I didn't want to do shit. And you know, I talked to her about it afterwards once we got all negative, and she's like, yeah, no, I felt like shit. I felt like I was gonna genuinely leave too, but for some reason I'm still here and I'm still thriving. And I'm like, that's good. You know, it's scary. You know, that people still think the fucking virus is a joke. They're not wearing masks. They're not, you know, taking precautions. It's fucking dumb, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm grateful that we made it out of this shit. You know, hopefully this shit can be contained. Quarantine can finally end. Because if you think about it, Tony, at least for us, man, we were still seniors when this shit hit. You
Yeah.
know,
I feel bad for everybody else that have to still like do school during all this, dude. Because
dude, I know,
I
man.
mean, at least for us, we still had at least like half of our year, and then and then the pandemic hit. But
Right. And they didn't take online schooling
yeah,
that seriously. We bullshitted through it.
yeah, I didn't do nothing. I'm not gonna
You see,
lie.
the
You
thing
know?
is with me is throughout the start of the pandemic and until now,
Mm-hmm.
I was considered a essential worker.
Mm,
So everybody's out here talking about their what was it called? Their quarantine.
mm-hmm.
And I was over here just having a normal day, working on
Right.
cars and shit, just in Arizona and in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I didn't really, since
Like you
I
didn't
never
really feel it.
I haven't gotten it. I haven't felt it firsthand. I did the things I was supposed to, the precautions, the social distancing, face mask, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wasn't like into it yet.
Right.
So I still haven't gotten COVID, and I don't really know anybody who died because of it, other than your family and one of my other family members in California.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, even though it's family, it's their grandma, not really mine.
Right.
So it still hasn't hit fully.
Right. I get
And
you.
so I'm just, to me, I try my best to be respectful about it
Mm-hmm.
for the other people,
Right.
and that's pretty much all I can do until hopefully never it happens.
True, man. Because dude, it was fucked, man. You know, like I lost my grandma about it with it because she battled it. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, she didn't make it out. My grandpa made it out. You know, and you know he tells me how shit of an experience it was, man. And I was like, wow, this is dumb. You know, we lost my grandma, I believe in July or June,
Yeah.
and it was just, dude, it was hard on my mom. It was hard on me. We took that shit really fucking hard because we had just seen her. She came for my birthday in February,
Yeah.
and dude, it was fucked, you know. And in one of the videos, she's waving, and it's like she's saying goodbye, because literally months later she passed. And it was just fucked, man. 2020 was such a shit year. I lost one of my best friends in January.
I'm sorry, but how did that happen?
My friend?
Yeah, because I never knew about him. I would see your post on Instagram on him, and I would, of course, put the pieces together and find out that he passed.
Right.
But I never knew how, knew why. Like
Well,
he seemed
I
like such a
dude,
good
I
kid.
never I never fucking found out like how he got it, I guess.
Yeah.
But he ended up getting jaundice.
What is that?
Jaundice, it makes like your skin yellow and your eye, the white in your eye yellow.
Yeah. Really?
Um, so it fucks. I think it fucks with your liver. If I believe
Uh-huh.
it, I can Google it. But basically, he got jaundice, and so jaundice is a medical condition with yellowing of the skin or white of the eyes, arising from excess of the pigment bilirubin or bilirubin, and typically caused by obstruction of the bile duct by liver disease or by excessive breakdown of red blood cells. Um, yeah, so he basically his insides were just like, nope, fuck this, and started shutting down on him. And it got to the point where it was so bad that they took him to the hospital. I remember texting him while he was in the hospital, and yeah, one night they just said his heart stopped, and I found out while I was at work. I was actually working the late night shift. I was working 5:30 to 1:30, I believe. I was still at Regal.
Yeah.
And I remember getting that call. And I thought he was bullshitting me because it was his brother and they sounded the same.
Yeah.
And he calls me and it's a random ass number and I was going to ignore it too. But he calls me and I answer and I'm like, hello? He's like, hey, Leo? And I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, it's Jordan. And I'm like, yo, dude, what's up? And he's like, my brother passed. And I was like, you're fucking with me, dude. Like, no, it's not true. Like, I laughed at it. I was like, dude, it's not true. And he's like, do you really think I'd lie about this? And I was like, he's probably telling you to do this shit because I know how he
Yeah.
was. And he's like, dude, I don't know how else to tell you. And I guess my body kind of went into this shock mode. This like I guess like the denial portion of me was just like,
Yeah.
no, dude, it's not true. It's not true. And I was, I guess, one of the first people to find out. And dude, keep in mind, it's like 10, maybe 12. I can't remember the right time
Yeah.
frame, but I got home like at 12. So it was probably like 11:30. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay. And I just start bawling my fucking eyes out, dude. I start going up into the office and I'm like, hey, like I need to go home now. I can't, I'm sorry. And they're like, what happened? What happened? And I was like, I just got a phone call that my best friend had passed. And they were like, oh shit. They're like, dude, go home. You're okay. If you need me to call your parents, I can call your parents. I was like, no, it's okay. I'll call them right now. And I called them and I was in fucking hysterics. They answered the phone and, they're like, what's going on? What's going on? And I was like, I need you guys to come pick me up. Because at the time I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
I was like, I need you guys to come pick me up. I was like, okay, we're on our way. And I was like, okay. And I waited outside and I was just in shock, dude. Like I couldn't believe it. Like the tips of my fingers down to my elbows, down like everywhere. I just felt cold.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't true. And I was in denial for a good portion. And I was like, this is just a bad dream. This is just a bad dream. And I'll wake up in like 10 seconds. And usually in my dreams, when I'm having a bad dream, I'll shut my eyes really hard and open them back up and I'll be awake. So I tried doing that. And I was like, this is fucking real. Like, this is not bullshit. And, I called Amish and, at the time he was still my teacher and I called him and I told him and he's like, dude, no. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry to tell you, but I figured I'd tell you so you can prepare everyone because I'm going to tell the people that he was close with and they're probably going to, his parents and everyone's probably going to tell, everyone else. And I was like, okay. But what shocked me was the fact that his brother called and he was just so calm about it.
Yeah.
I think that's why I took it as like, oh, dude, you're bullshitting me because he sounded calm. And throughout the entire thing up to his funeral, he was calm. He was calm. He was calm. And even now, he's still calm. And it's kind of scary.
That takes that takes
Well, I don't know because I read a statistic that
Uh-huh.
supposedly if you show no emotion during shit like that, you're actually really fucking weak. Like you're breaking inside,
Yeah.
you know? And I was
Like
like,
he's
dude,
barely holding his shit together.
yeah, and people that fucking cry, like bawl their fucking eyes out like I did, supposedly are strong as fuck, they blah, all that bullshit. And I was like, wow. And I got home and I told my parents, and they were in shock too. And I was like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, I did everything with that kid, If he
Mhm.
was alive now, I'd probably be doing this podcast with him, and you guys would have been able to meet him too. And there's
Yeah.
a bunch of that shit, And I think it was so weird because everything just kind of locked in together. Like his birthday was on August 30th, I believe. Right? My girlfriend's and his favorite lucky number were 3 because he was Todd Allen Beverly the third. And my girlfriend just loves the number 3 because her birthday's on April 3rd. And it was weird because he passed in January. My lucky number is 7. And I was like 27th. That's a little weird. My niece was born August 27th. So literally 3 days before his birthday. Literally, a couple months, like to the day after he had passed. So a lot of shit just started clicking. It started feeling like this was kind of meant to be.
Fate, pretty much.
Like it fucked with me, dude. And I love that girl. I love my niece. She's the fucking sunshine of my life. We hopefully get to see her Wednesday, which is gonna be nice.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, COVID's just been fucking crazy, dude. I'm sorry, I'm fucking rambling right now, but
Sorry.
dude, there's just so
No,
fucking much that happened, man. It's nuts, But yeah,
Yeah, I feel that, dude. My aunt and my uncle, like my aunt and my uncle's family, like my cousins and like their girlfriends, like they all live in the same house, and like they all got COVID. I don't know who brought it or what, but I know they all ended up getting it.
mm-hmm.
And my aunt, my uncle, and one of my cousins ended up having to go to the hospital. It was like really bad for them. They had to get put on oxygen and stuff.
Oh shit.
And I remember, my aunt ended up getting better, so did my cousin, but my uncle like got really, really bad, like really, really bad. And apparently there was a time where he thought he was gonna die, and he even texted like family members like telling him, well, like I'm sorry for anything that I ever did wrong to you and stuff like that.
Oh man.
Yeah, and like he even texted my dad that stuff, and I was like, dang, that's crazy to think about that. Like just that like the like to grasp the idea, the concept of somebody that you know that you're close to like leaving, not being there anymore. It's just too much.
Yes.
Luckily though, he was able to beat it, and like he's doing better now.
Yeah.
Nice, dude, that's good. Yeah.
And the no, I don't mean to say like the good thing about all this, although it does have a pretty it could have a positive comeback. So like say example, your uncle, he went through that, he felt the depths of despair, he comes back from it, and as if it was he was given a chance, and they reflect on their life and how they can be better as a
Mhm.
person. I feel like
Looks more
that,
positively at life.
yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta reflect on that and just try to do good from now, because you already know, and life can be taken as easily as it's made.
And dude, I think that's funny that you mentioned that because I guess you and I, or anyone that's been, with the AA people,
Yeah.
we kind of learned that at a really young age, and there's a bunch of people that don't learn that until, they have a near death experience or what have you, and it's that you have to enjoy every moment of your life. You can't just be all, negative and salty about everything, and, a lot of these people that went to AA, it's because they felt really low in their time, and luckily for us, we kind of experienced that with them without us having to go with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just, dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to think about that. But yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
That like going back to like that fear stuff, dude. That's always going on. Biggest fear is like losing somebody close to me.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like
it's
like my
definitely a
like
big
my
one.
brothers or like my mom or my dad, dude, or even like God forbid, bro, like my girlfriend or something, bro, like somebody like that close to me, I wouldn't handle it, dude.
You wouldn't feel the same anymore. It's like you're missing a piece of your puzzle, you know, you can't finish it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like that. Luckily, I had my girlfriend with me at the time, and she kind of pushed me, told me to get the fuck out of bed. She told me to fuck. Like, dude, I fell into like a deep state of depression when he
yeah,
passed. And then just to get hit with another loss, I was like, wow. You know,
yeah.
there was a time where like I had my beard all patchy and all over the fucking place, and she was like, "You need to get up, you need to shower, you need to fucking shave." Dude, and I owe everything to this girl, and I love her deeply. And it's
Yeah.
it's it's crazy. We've been through
When
so
when
much together.
somebody supports you like that,
Yeah,
you gotta give all the respect you can to them.
yeah, exactly, dude. And it's
how,
crazy
how long have
because
you guys been together?
I want to say maybe almost 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. Yeah,
It's a long
something like
time.
that. Yeah, dude. And it's been an adventure. Like throughout this whole I haven't seen her in almost 2 months because I had COVID. So hopefully being able to see her now for Valentine's Day or before that's gonna be fucking amazing. Um, but yeah, dude, it's felt like a lot of opportunities have like opened up. Finally being able to see my niece again, see my girlfriend again. I hope I have an interview on Wednesday for a CCSD position,
Yeah,
so that should be good. Dude, I feel like my life's kind of turning around. The streaming gig is going really good.
yeah.
Hopefully this podcast, yeah, I'm gonna be promoting the shit out of this podcast, dude.
Oh god.
Dude, it's crazy, man. But yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, we just have to keep that positive outlook in life. And honestly, just kind of keep going, man.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Just keep on going.
Well, I think we're getting close to the time, boys.
Yeah.
You guys wanna wrap it up?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
definitely do that.
All right, guys. Well, this has been the BLT podcast. If you guys do enjoy, leave us a comment telling us what you enjoyed about
That's it.
this. Like it if it's on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review if it's on iTunes, Spotify, whatever it's on, dude. And just tell us something, and I think what we'll do is we'll read a comment each episode, you know, or any questions you guys have
I'm gonna
for
be
us.
reading these comments for sure because I'm interested on what they think about our views in life.
Yeah, dude,
That's
it's
that's that's good input,
yeah, dude, because we
whether
really
it's
have three
ridiculous or
different
not. But
perspectives here. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's crazy, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. What are we saying? Hopefully at least one a week.
yeah,
We'll kind of get
Yeah,
we
this
can
at
going.
try.
least,
We can
yeah,
try.
hopefully at least once.
So what we're kind of aiming for Monday recording days,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
Tuesday upload days
we can try that. Yeah.
for sure. All right, then I guess we'll do that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this podcast, and yeah, we're out, guys. Goodbye.
Guys, have a good one.
Later, guys.